right, welcome in, folks. Mount Polumbus Speaks here, live watch party as the Denver Broncos are set to kick off against the Las Vegas Raiders right about now. The stadium looks great. The new South Stands tradition, I forget what they call that, where they're flashing the cars up and down. That looks cool. I almost wish the whole stadium was doing it, though. That'd be a treat if everybody was doing that in the entire stadium. Thursday night football is always special. You know, it's not Monday night football. It's not Sunday night football, but you are the only show in town, the only thing that's going on. And as a player, although I freaking hated it because my body hurt and I did not feel prepared on a short week, once you got out there, it's fun, man. You got the bright lights. And, you know, obviously everything's dark here by 6 o'clock here in Denver. I think a couple days ago was the shortest day of the year. But we're ready to rock and roll. So the Raiders have got the ball. Wes, good to have you on board. Let's go Broncos. Need to play is take free. Let's go, boys. I'm not sure what that means. Geno Smith has not been playing good football this year, although last week he played much better. The Raiders are going to ground and pound it on Ashton Genty all day long. First carry of the game. And Drake Greenlaw, Talanoa Hufanga meet Ashton Genty at the line of scrimmage. Good to see. Before I get any further in this broadcast, just need to take a quick second to get a few things out of the way. I want to thank Safeway, the title sponsor of Mount Polumbus Speaks. Could not do this podcast without them. So grateful to Safeway. They're an incredible local grocery store. There is a difference in where you shop. Fresh foods, local flavors. They support local small businesses, and they've got an incredible app that if you don't have on your phone, you are missing out on. So make sure you download that Safeway app today. And you can order food directly to your doorstep. They make it a breeze. Skip the other delivery service apps. You'll save time. You'll save money. Safeway, fresh foods, local flavors. All right, let's rock and roll. Off and rolling. Got the Raiders in 3rd and long. Raiders traded away their top receiver in Jacoby Myers. They're obviously down some playmakers right now. Brock Bowers should get a lot of targets in this game. Be interesting to see how the Broncos choose to cover Brock Bowers in this game, if they'd want to put a corner on him sometimes, if they want to bring Talanoa Hufanga down into the box. Damn. Well, you had him backed up in 3rd and long, but the Raiders do convert there. Look, let's keep it real. This Broncos team, if it were not for their slow starts, could be a 9-0 team. There are a bunch of teams in the NFL right now with a 7-2 record and a bunch of teams with a 6-2 record. There is not a team in the NFL that has a better record than the Denver Broncos. I don't know that I totally buy them as a 7-2 team because of the warts that they've got going on offensively. But if they could just even become a mediocre offense in the first 3 quarters, this team would be dangerously good. The defense is so wicked good. Obviously, there's a lot of parallels to my team in 2015. We were held together by our incredible defense. Offense struggled all year long. And we had a bunch of games that were very similar to this year where you just snuck it out. So I'm not saying it can't be done, but you play with fire long enough with the slow starts the Broncos have had offensively, and that fire is going to burn you at some point. So here's to hoping the Broncos can get a faster start offensively in this game against the Raiders. Geno Smith, not the most mobile quarterback in the world, but mobile enough to go pick up a first down if nobody's going to cover him on the bootleg. By the way, this is a live broadcast, obviously, so if any of you guys want to play along a little bit, send in your thoughts, send in your comments, and they'll pop up live on stream, and I can interact with you, whether you're watching on YouTube, whether you're watching on X. As you see, they pop up live on screen. You know, Wes, I'm talking over the announcers a lot, so oftentimes I don't hear what they have to say. I actually don't know what that streak is. If I had to guess, gosh, 9 or 10 games the Broncos have gone without giving up an opening TD. Text in what the announcer said because I actually don't know what it is. Daniel Barry, good to have you on board. Appreciate you texting in. Geno Smith did play better last week, but Chip Kelly has been a frustration out there in Vegas. Chatted with Mike Pritchard, former Denver Bronco, former Colorado Buffalo, on my radio show today, PhD, Polumbus, Hastings, and DMAC. And he lives out in Vegas, covers the Raiders for a living. He said that Chip Kelly has got a lot of heat on him right now. False start there from Colton Miller, their left tackle. I believe Raiders should have to back this up 5 yards. He said Chip Kelly's got a lot of heat on him from the local media and fan base. Chip, when he came out of college, he was at Ohio State last, if I remember correctly. When he came from college to the NFL game, the Raiders made him the highest paid offensive coordinator in the entire NFL. So they were expecting big things from that offense. Chip Kelly historically has not done very well at the NFL level. I think Chip is a pretty good coordinator, but it has not been clicking for the Raiders so far. Let's hope that the Raiders can that the Broncos can get a stop here, and I'm not having to eat crow in the first drive of the game. Golly, man. Tyler Lockett, new to the team out there with the Raiders. Obviously a long-term staple with Pete Carroll. Tyler asked for his release from the Tennessee Titans last week. They granted him that release, and he quickly signed with Pete Carroll. The Raiders went from one bad team to another. Come on, boys. God, those uniforms look good, though, don't they? Got him. Got him. Nick Benito gets a lot of credit on this defensive line for being a premier pass rusher. Jonathan Cooper gets a lot of credit. But Zach Allen is the key cog. Zach Allen is the dude. He's the key piece to that engine, man. He's driving the car on that defensive line. Zach Allen, as an interior defensive lineman, year in and year out, gets as many pressures and sacks as the top edge rushers. And I know this won't mean a lot to a lot of you guys, but Zach plays in a 3-4 scheme. And historically speaking, the position that Zach Allen plays, you are not asked to get after the quarterback the way that Zach does. Your job is to be two-gap run stuffers and keep those offensive linemen off of your linebackers. Are they marking that at the 1? You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. Can you challenge that? Yeah, Bandy makes me nervous too, obviously, after last week. Bandy was sent back to the practice squad during the week. They elevated him today to the 53-man roster. Mercedes Lewis, the 41-year-old tight end that the Broncos signed last week, they played the same game with him. He went down to the practice squad throughout the week, and then they elevated him to the 53-man today. Mercedes Lewis was drafted before I was drafted. That's how long that dude's been in the league. 20 freaking years. Wild. Ooh, Landman's coming back. That's a good series right there. Hey, if you guys are new to Mount Polumbus Speaks, or if you've been around for a long time and just haven't taken the time to subscribe, hit that link in my bio on X, go on over to YouTube and hit subscribe. That's where all my content lives. I put out all 22 coaches film sessions within 24 to 48 hours after the game is done. I'll try to put it out even tomorrow if I could get time. That's where all my content lives. And if you want to make sure you don't miss out on anything, you want to make sure you're subscribed. So hit that link in my bio on X, go on over to YouTube and hit subscribe. It'll take you a total of 3 seconds. And if you guys are loyal supporters of Mount Polumbus Speaks and you just want to help me grow my channel, I'd be super grateful if you could take the time to like and comment on the video on YouTube. That does wonders for the algorithm. So if you could comment on that video and like and subscribe, I'd certainly be grateful. All right. Tough ass for this Broncos offense. March down the field. You're backed up. You're on your own 2 yard line. When you get backed up like this, the real goal is to get one first down. You want to get one first down so that you've got an opportunity to flip the field, give your punter proper position to punt. If you get 2 first downs, that's a great drive. Obviously, if you march all the way down and you score, that's incredible. But the real goal as an offense right now, get that ball past that 12-yard line. All right. That's a great run right there. When you're backed up and everybody knows you're going to run it, I'll take that all day long. Brad, I appreciate the shout out there. Max Crosby has been a little bit quiet this year. Obviously, Max can break loose in any given game. Gosh, look at that win. Ball's moving. Wow. All right, well, that's going to factor into things here tonight. That's for sure. Look at this. That's 2 good carries. Makes life easy when you don't have to throw the ball when you're backed up. Huge fan of J.K. Dobbins. J.K. Dobbins has been a fantastic player. J-Ram, you think Bo will be able to throw in the wind? I don't know. You need a great arm to throw in the wind. Bo's not necessarily known for having a great arm. He's got an adequate arm. I'm not taking a shot at him at all. But he doesn't have a fantastic arm at all. Damn. Broncos elect to run the ball 3 straight times and going to come up a little bit short of the first down. It's a hell of a play by Crosby. Well, I like the first 2 runs, and I really don't blame Sean for trying to run the ball again on 3rd down because the first 2 were so good. Unfortunate they stalled out on the most important down of the drive. Wow. So Jeremy Crawshaw with a bit of a shank of a punt there. Crawshaw has been tremendous for the Broncos. Crawshaw was really shaky during training camp. He was so shaky during training camp that I started calling him Crawshank. I was really worried about him. He's been fantastic all year long. That's his first shank punt he's had. Bad time to have a shank punt, giving the Raiders the ball on the 50-yard line. Ugh, I'm tired already. 6:30. Got a long ways to go. All right, well, so far, Ashton Genty's had absolutely nowhere to go. Vance Joseph keeps this up with his defense. He'll get some interviews next year as a head coach. That's the way it goes, man. Produce an elite defense, you'll get interviews again. I root for Vance Joseph. I like Vance. I thought he got a tough shake of things here in Denver. Wow, that was crazy. Zach Allen didn't even look like he was trying for that thing. He just turned his shoulder at the last second, put his hand up in the air, and hit the ball. Watch this. Oh, they don't really show it. Here you go again, 3rd and 10. Last time we had them in this situation, they converted. God dang it. You got to be freaking kidding me. Simple little swing route. They pick up 10 yards. I think Benito was supposed to be man on him right there. Either that or Alex Singleton got caught in the wash. Mostert does feel like a Bronco killer sometimes. Yeah, that was scary seeing Zach Allen get hurt. Man, first quarter's going quick, isn't it? What's up, Richard? Thanks for joining the broadcast. And there's Brock Bowers. No, that's Michael Mayer. Raiders, they do utilize 2 tight ends quite a bit. They drafted Michael Mayer the year before they got Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers kind of took over as the featured tight end, but Mayer's pretty good, man. Gosh, Broncos doing their thing again, aren't they? We're going to get off to a slow start again against the Raiders. Keep them out of the end zone, hold them to 3 points, limit the damage now. Ooh, my dog's got some nasty farts going on. Oh! Riley Moss really close to making a big play on that one. All right, well, this is where great defenses get big, man. 3rd and 2. 3rd and short, right down there near the goal line. Damn. Unbelievable. Well, that all goes back to the bad punt, man. I mean, defense has got to do their job, of course, but anytime you got a shanked punt, you give the ball to them on the 50-yard line. In today's NFL, that's almost guaranteed points. Ashton Genty in his stupid scarecrow stance. You look like an idiot, dude. J-Ram, good to have you on. That was a good run by the rookie. Incorrect, Wes. Division games definitely do matter. Yeah, not me. Not me, Richard. Every week, I feel more and more stressed that we play bad in three quarters because I've been around this game long enough to know that you keep that up, you're playing with fire, dude, and that fire is going to burn you. You can't freaking count on fourth quarter comebacks every week. I do tend to take a bit of a mental vacation when we get to commercial breaks, but it's always a good time for you guys to get interactive. If you got any thoughts or comments, send it in, and I can try to react to you. Oh, I got you, Wes. My bad. So if you hear me go quiet during the commercial breaks, that just means it's vacation time. Punter's got one job, man. Punt the ball. Ah. If you guys missed it, go to my Twitter timeline, my X timeline. Scott Hastings, my radio partner, had an epic fall out of his chair today. The whole thing got captured on video. It's freaking hilarious. Yeah, I don't know. I thought that ball went into the end zone also. It was awfully close. How many times can they remake Robin Hood? Gosh, I'm going to have to go get a coffee at the next break. Bo's got to knock this off, man. He's got to knock. Obviously, Bo hasn't done anything wrong in this game. We've had three offensive touches. We handed the ball off three times. I'm not implying that Bo's done anything wrong, but he's got to knock off these slow starts, man. Knock it off, dude. Play good football, start to finish. Every coach I've ever had says the exact same thing: start fast, finish strong. They don't just say finish strong. How about that? Entire first quarter has gone by more or less. 2:52 left on the clock, and the Broncos have had a total of four offensive plays. Look at that protection. Oh my gosh. Come on, Bo. You can't do that. You can't do that, Bo. I was literally just complimenting the pass protection. The pass protection was phenomenal. Have a freaking play clock in your head, Bo. Have a play clock. Tick, tick. Let's go. That ain't on the offensive line. Bo does a great job of not taking sacks. but that was a bad one. Bo doesn't do that very often. He's got a pretty quick processor. Third and 13. Good, great, grand, wonderful. God bless him, man. For the love of God, can we please just do something offensively? Gosh. So frustrating, man. Raiders get a holding penalty on that one. 10 yards. They'll back it up. We're going to take a TV timeout, and I'm going to go get myself a coffee. I'll be back in a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. Mount Polumbus Speaks carries on. All right, I'm back. What'd I miss? Ashton Jeanty got a carry for 10. Gosh, man. Richard, getting caught up on my comments here while I was gone. Richard asks, is there a style of run blocking that you think the Broncos have excelled at this year? Zone, man, gap. Watching film, I'm impressed with zone blocking. Well, I'm really biased to zone blocking. That's what I excelled at in my career. That's what I played in as a scheme for basically 7 out of my 8 years. Huge fan of zone blocking, but ironically, Richard, I actually think we're a better gap team. We run a lot of, oh my God. And what's the flag? There weren't even any Raiders players out there, were there? Holding. Well, get lucky on that one. Get a holding penalty. I'd be curious to see this because I didn't even see anyone near Ashton Genty. Oh, okay. There it is. Yeah, that's a hold. It's stupid because he's nowhere near Genty. As a player, it used to drive me nuts when referees would throw flags on things that did not impact the play. I've always personally felt like for it to be a penalty, it has to actually impact the football play, but I'll take it. If you're 10 yards away from the ball, it's frustrating when they call a flag on you. I don't know what Sean Payton's doing with his script, man. Every play caller, they script their first 15. Should be the best part of the game. Maybe Sean needs to let somebody else do his script for the first 15. I mean, he's a great play caller in the second half. It just doesn't add up why we're so bad in the first half of games. You know, Dom, first off, thanks for joining. Appreciate you on the broadcast, dude. I didn't mind the first 3 runs to start the game. The third one was probably a bit lackadaisical, but you got 2 good gains on the first 2, so I didn't mind him trusting his offensive line on that third one. Let's go. Is there any chance Sean Payton will swallow his pride and go hurry up on the next drive? Unlikely. I don't think hurry up's the answer for this team. I don't mind changing the tempo, meaning like, hey, we're going to call 2 plays at the line in the huddle, and so we're going to run 1 play. We're going to stay on the line of scrimmage, run another one, then huddle up, maybe do it again a little bit later in the drive, just changing up the tempo. Everybody thinks that no huddle's the answer, but there's a reason why 2-minute offenses look so successful. The defenses are different, and they're allowing you the underneath stuff. So historically, you should move the ball very well in those situations. I don't mind changing up the tempo, but I'm not sure that a true no-huddle offense is the answer. Antonio Brown extradited from Dubai back to America on attempted murder charges. Not good, AB. Thought he could go to Dubai and evade the law. Not so fast, my friend. -3 pass yards. That looks good. There's the Geno Smith that we all know and love. That a boy? Yeah, my bad. My bad. That's all me. Get home. There we go. There's Nick Benito coming around the edge. Man, has Nick Benito ever earned his money this year? Nick, when he signed his contract, he accepted a deal paying him about $10 million less per year than the top pass rushers in the NFL. If Nick Benito would have waited 4 weeks, he would have probably made another $12 million per year. Obviously, he's making a crap ton of money no matter how you look at it. But if Nick Benito would have held out just a little bit longer, he would have become the highest paid pass rusher in the NFL, making over $40 million per year. So good move by the Denver Broncos getting Nick Benito locked up when they did. Let's look it up. I'm going to look up the top edge rusher salaries. So Nick Benito is currently making $26.5 million per year. A lot of money. I'd like to have it. But let's put that in reference to the deal that Micah Parsons just signed. Micah Parsons signed a deal for $46.5 million per year. I swear to you, dude, I'm not even kidding you. If Nick Benito, I think I was wrong with what I said earlier. If Nick Benito would have held out 4 games, he might have been making an extra $20 million per year. He certainly would have come in over $40 million per year. Total guarantee for Micah Parsons' deal, $136 million. Aiden Hutchinson just signed his deal, $45 million. He got $141 fully guaranteed. Nick Benito got $70 million fully guaranteed. So not only could he have been making $15, $20 million more per year, he could have doubled his total guarantee. God, that's why it pays to get ahead of things. Good job by the Broncos. Three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Nick Benito is the 11th highest paid edge rusher in the NFL. He's got to be a little bit sick. He didn't hold out. All right. At least the Broncos defense got to stop. I'm not going to lie. When Max Crosby first got into the league, he's so skinny. He's so unimposing. I did not understand how that dude was dominating the way that he was. But give that guy credit. Freaking high motor, never quits. He's got good speed, got good power, plays way bigger than he looks. God, dude. Did we drop that? It was a bit of an awkward ball. Nick Benito had that ball barreling towards the excuse me, Nick Benito. What's our quarterback's name? Bo Nix. Bo Nix had that ball barreling towards the ground. So the 41-year-old gets called with the holding penalty. I don't think I love that game plan. I don't think I love the game plan of having our brand new 41-year-old tight end going one-on-one on Max Crosby. All right. Okay run from RJ Harvey there. Well, why do I think the Broncos didn't go after tight end at the trade deadline? Who are you going to get? Did you see any tight ends traded? I mean, that would be the question. Just because they didn't get one doesn't mean they didn't make phone calls. I do think the Broncos were in on Jalen Waddle from the Dolphins, wide receiver, obviously. What the hell is that, Bo? Seriously, what the hell is that? Gosh dang, dude. He airmailed Cortland Sutton by 8 yards. Broncos were allegedly in on the trade calls for Jalen Waddle, but the price just got too high. Sean gonna go for this? Sean's just bored. He's just frustrated with his offense. If he's going for this, I don't know. I don't know about this one, buddy. Boys, 4th and 3, 40-yard line. All right, no snap. Good call, Richard. Yeah, isn't that funny, man? Sean Payton's hands are so shaky this year. I don't even know how he sees his play sheet. Are the Boo Birds out offensively here at home? Fake punt, no thanks. It's 4th and 8 now, buddy. What the frick is going on, Crawshaw? I'm going to have to pull Crawshank back out. That's 3 punts. That's 3 shanks from Crawshank. That dude's in his head right now. That's a golfer with the yips. He hit that freaking ball with his ankle. He hit that ball with the side of his ankle. Did you guys see that? Oh my gosh. Sorry for yelling. I'm sure I'm breaking all your ears. Might have to go back to his training camp nickname. I don't think I've ever seen a ball punted with an ankle. Thank you, Richard. Andon, good to have you on, man. Thanks for joining in. I try to live stream almost all the games. I also put out content throughout the week. I break down the film. I get the coach's film. I draw some lines. I make some arrows. I make some circles. And I tell you guys about ball. Favorite thing that I do throughout the week here on Mount Polumbus Speaks is the All 22 film, breaking that down because I can really educate you guys on football. So if you're new to the podcast, make sure you go subscribe over on YouTube. That's where my content lives. I'll have this game out within 48 hours. Damn. That was good pocket presence from Geno Smith there. Nick Benito had the edge. Had Geno Smith stayed deep in the pocket, Nick Benito would have had him. Geno feels him, steps up. Nick Benito has to spin back, and Geno's got all day to find his tight end. Gypsy Clown, welcome to the show, buddy. Thank God Geno sucks at football. Pew. Got a laser show going on. Appreciate that, Richard. Don't turn it off yet, buddy. We're in the second quarter. We're only down 7-0. Long ways to go. Let me ask you a dumb question. Curious your guys' thoughts. Is there any chance we should give Crawshaw a little bit of grace on that punt, that the wind is so bad that it actually moved the ball? Is there any chance? I mean, I'm digging here. I'm trying to figure out how that even happens. Tim, welcome to the show. I don't know. Some people are tweeting at me that they think the wind moved that ball. I don't know. I think that's being pretty gracious. He's QB sneaking that. You can tell by the stance. Could you make it a little bit more obvious there, Gino? All right, 4th and 2. Let's go, boys. What are all the flags? Are we going to get saved by a flag? Raiders going to have 2 huge plays called back because of flag? Are they going to call illegal contact? What did they call? Yeah. They got to call that. No, that was legit. Shut up, Gino. That was legit. Calendar Unruh, welcome to the show. Well, that was big, man, because not only did that wipe a touchdown off the board, but it knocked him out of field goal position. You got to be freaking kidding me. Twice we're going to get pinned. That ball bounces out on the 1 yard line. That stupid punter's getting lucky as hell. What the hell just happened? That's unbelievable. I'm not sure I've ever seen a punt like that. I'll be right back. Okay. J Ram said Raiders punter seems to be able to punt in the win. True. Dom, they turned the magnets on. That was weird, wasn't it? Let's go. What a hell of a punt. Richard said offense has to get first downs here. No excuses. Well, we are on the 1 yard line. There literally is an excuse built into this one, unfortunately. I tend to agree with you, but life ain't easy when you're backed up, man. Been there, done that. You know what almost every play caller does, except for my favorite play caller of all time. Best offensive coordinator I ever had was Kyle Shanahan. Dude was a freaking wizard. He was a wizard. When I was with Mike in Denver, Mike was running the show offensively. So when I got to Washington, I assumed that Mike was going to be running the show there as well. And he passed the keys to the offense off to Kyle. And if I was being honest at the time, I kind of thought, oh, that's probably just daddy's boy. Like, how good could Kyle be? Kyle was a wizard. Kyle, he reinvented what Mike was doing. He evolved it into a different animal. Every play caller, when you get backed up, they try to run the ball down the middle of the offensive line. Kyle, when he gets backed up, watch it. He's going to go play action, shot down the field. Every time. If he gets in this situation, Kyle Shanahan would go play action, shot down the field. Let's see if Bo can do it. All right, play action. Not exactly a shot down the field, but that's okay. I'll take it. Oh, my God. Are you kidding me? That one was there. Nobody runs more swing routes, bubble screens than the Denver Broncos, but that one was there. Troy Franklin's got to put a foot in the ground and get away from the defender. Why is he running into the defender? That's on Troy. Trent Sherfield's doing a great job blocking. Come on, Bo. Come on, Bo. Gosh. I'm getting I normally don't feel this passionate when I watch the Broncos. I normally don't fan like I've just been too close to the game for so long, but this is so frustrating. Like this is getting my emotions boiling. It's a pretty good ball from Bo, all things considered. I'm actually not going to put that one on Bo. That's not easy. He's scrambling out. He's got dude in his face. That's a catchable football. Cross shot, I swear. He did it again. He did it again. That dude has got the yips. That dude has got the literal yips. That dude is a pitcher in Major League Baseball that cannot throw the ball from the mound to first base. That is a dude that has no clue what he's doing right now. I actually feel bad for him. I'm actually starting to feel bad for him. Like seriously, that dude is so mentally crushed right now. Can Will Lutz punt? I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen a punter get the yips this bad. You know, Jamie, I don't know what it's how many turnovers we've got this year, but last thing I'm going to do is complain about this defense. This defense, they ball us. That's what they are. Wow, listen to that crowd boo. All right, Nick Benito. When in doubt, let Nick Benito make a play. Who's ringing my doorbell? Man, Crawshaw, he might just get cut at halftime. I mean, the Broncos will definitely have punters in for tryouts this week. And then that's a good question. Do the players understand how important the rivalry is to the fans? You know what? I'm going to say something sacrilegious here, and don't hate me. But listen, I grew up here in Denver. I understand what this rivalry was at one point, and it was a freaking blast. It was awesome. And I understand old school Denver Broncos fans, the hatred that they've got for Raiders. If I'm being honest, even I, a dude that grew up here and I played for the Denver Broncos, there we go, Talanoa Hufanga. There we go, Hufanga. If I'm being honest, even I don't hate the Raiders as much as I hate the Chiefs. It really the rivalry it just died. So could I expect the players to understand what this rivalry once was? The answer to that's probably hell no. There's probably very few players on this team that even understand what this rivalry was at one point in time. Man, Talanoa Hufanga, you want to talk about a great offseason addition. Hufanga has been everything and more of what we wanted him to be. He has been so phenomenal. I wish I hated the Raiders more than I do because like I feel like I'm supposed to hate them so much more because I grew up here. But the rivalry just died over time, man. It just went away. Mike Shanahan was no longer here. The Raiders sucked. The Broncos sucked. All of a sudden, the Raiders were beating the Broncos every year with their freaking interim head coaches. And back-to-back years, the Raiders head coach got fired the week before the Broncos game. And in back-to-back years, interim coaches beat the Broncos. Yeah, I definitely hate the Chiefs more. Somebody said Nick Benito looks hurt. Is that true? If that's true, I did not see it. I'm getting texts from people at the game saying, not sure if you can tell on TV, but the wind here is wild, having a huge impact on the game. I don't doubt it, but a lot of this is so self inflicted. I've actually seen very few plays from the Broncos, at least offensively. I've seen very few plays that looked like they were actually impacted by the wind. Well, that's too bad if Nick Benito got banged up tackling Bowers. There's a great run from JK. What the hell's 45 talking about? Shut up, White. You just gave up a 12-yard gain. What are you yapping about? Welcome to the show, Taylor. Good to have you, buddy. If you're new to the show, I put out content every week. I break down the All 22, the coach's film. I'll put that out within 48 hours after the game is done. Put out 3 to 4 episodes a week. So make sure you get subscribed over there on YouTube. But I appreciate you joining in. Well, there's the update on Nick Benito. Looks like he's going to be all right. As a next player, can you bet on the NFL? I don't, but there's nothing preventing me from doing it. I don't have to be held accountable to anybody. Right on, Craig. Welcome from Melbourne, Australia. You got to be the longest distance subscriber I got, but I appreciate you joining in. You from Denver, or how'd you become a Broncos fan? And how'd you end up in Melbourne? Take off. All right, or don't take off. That's better. I thought Bo Nix should have taken off and run there, but smarter than me. That was better. Mike McGlinchey's doing a pretty good job on Max Crosby over there. I agree. I like Pat Bryant a lot. You know, he doesn't have a lot of catches this year, but Pat is a very willing participant in the blocking game. I've pointed about a bunch on the film. On my all 22s that I break down, I've highlighted Pat Bryant a lot. He's a really good run blocker, and when he's had opportunities in the passing game, he's been pretty consistent. You guys see that little Santa on my shelf behind me? The little Bronco Santa. My daughter's funny. She likes to put new things there for me every week that just show up on my live stream. I just noticed that. That's a new addition. Touchdown Broncos. Let's go. All right, good job from Bo there. He got all the way through his progression, went from the left side of the field to the right side of the field, back to the middle of the field. All right, signs of life. In very typical Broncos form, they have sucked the entire half, strung together one drive offensively. They're getting crushed in time of possession. They're getting crushed in just about everything, every single statistical category, and they've got a tie ball game. Craig says, Australian from Melbourne. I came to follow the Broncos because I had a day off from school and they were on TV. I thought the name Greasy was pretty funny to a 10-year-old, and that started it all. Right on, Craig. Katrina, good to hear from you. Woohoo, I agree. No, Will Lutz did not seem to have an issue with the wind. I don't know. Broncos seem to play pretty consistent to me. They play pretty consistently bad for the first 3 quarters, and then they play pretty consistently good in the fourth quarter, no matter who they're playing. Okay, 2:40 left. Can't let the Raiders do anything stupid before the end of the half here. Let's get into halftime with a tied up score. I do love me some Malcolm Roach. Oh, that was Jonathan Franklin Myers. I'm sorry. No, that was Roach. Malcolm Roach is freaking hilarious at training camp. If you ever had a chance to go out to a training camp practice, that dude does not shut up. He talks trash non-stop. He's a funny dude, man. Can I handicap the 6A high school football playoffs? Yeah, Cherry Creek's good. They're probably going to win a state championship. Although I do have some Valor love because my man Mike Sanford's coaching over there. I called the Creek Grandview game last week, and I've never seen so much talent on a high school football team. It's honestly stupid. It's stupid how much talent is on that Creek team. The second and third teamers were getting in there, and I'm thinking, man, these are the second teamers. These are the third teamers. Them boys look like they'd be starting at any school in Colorado. There we go. Pass rush showing up big on this drive. Guess who it is? Zach Allen. With Pat Surtain not on the field, my opinion, the best player on the field on either side, I mean, for either team, I should say, is Zach Allen. And I'm putting that above Max Crosby. I'm putting that above Nick Benito. Zach Allen is that freaking good. I remember when we let, oh my gosh, what's wrong? Draymond Jones. I remember when we let Draymond Jones go to the Seahawks in free agency, and we let him go over a very small amount of money. It was not a huge difference, the amount of money. And I was thinking to myself, oh, man, that's probably a mistake. Why would we let Draymond Jones go over such a little amount of money? And then you bring in Zach Allen to replace him. Draymond Jones is a good football player, but he ain't anywhere close to Zach Allen. Got a Pine Creek fan? I called the Pine Creek game the Pine Creek Valor game. That was the first game of the season. It was a rainy, sleeting mess. All right. 2 minutes left. Maybe we can walk away with a few more points here. My coffee didn't help me very much. Ah! That might have been Tyler Burdette's first rep of the entire game. Lucky that doesn't turn into an interception. A lot of times when you got tips and overthrows, bobbles like that, turns into interceptions. Matter of fact, that's a Pete Carroll phrase. I played for Pete Carroll out in Seattle. In our team meetings, he used to say tips and overthrows, and the whole team would say, got to get those. Tips and overthrows, got to get those. All right, nice third down conversion there. To guess who? Pat Bryant again. Pat's turning into a very nice contributor. What's the flag? Oh, they're calling it on Pat. Are they calling that? They're calling that baby little push off? Nice. Nice. That's a great conversion. Good job for Bo. Good pocket manipulation, stepping up in the pocket. He had green grass. Probably was tempted to run a little bit there, but he stayed patient and found his man court. How many timeouts? Oh, we got one timeout. Oh! Yeah, Mike, that's a good question, man. I mean, the Broncos' penalties are out of control. I I cannot believe the amount of penalties that we've had this year. I don't have a great answer for you, but it is a serious problem. Yes, the cadence changes when you're in a hurry up. You go on the quick. Uh-oh. Wow. Wow. Gosh. Nix just tosses that ball up as far as he can. He blindly throws it. It's pretty much double coverage. It is double coverage. He didn't even throw it on the right route. Receiver had to break off his route to try to even go up for that thing. Bad ball, Bo. He had a couple nice throws on that drive. I was giving him some compliments, and then he does that. Shut up. Shut up. Oh, thank God. He had him. Absolutely had him. Great ball from Geno Smith there. Oh, he's got to come down with that. Yes, they do. Broncos make every game they play in dramatic. Doesn't matter who they're playing. Don't let anything stupid happen here, defense. It's amazing the flaws that this team has for being 7-2. We're 2 plays away from being 9-0. Clock had double zeros on it. Both games that we lost, we're 9-0, and man, do we got a lot of flaws. Funny how Tyler Lockett all of a sudden is contributing. He didn't do anything all season long out there with the Titans. What direction is the wind blowing? Hopefully they don't have the wind behind their backs for some deep field goal. Get him. That's a pretty good way of putting it. When Bo's throwing on the run, it feels like an ass clincher. All right, at least the Raiders weren't able to do anything. At least they didn't capitalize on the turnover. Broncos can go into half tied 7-7, and honestly, they are pretty fortunate to have this game tied up. I mean, this is it's been an ugly half of football all the way around. It's not that the Raiders been particularly better. Bo Nix is currently 9 of 15. He's got 101 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Ironically, Geno Smith has got the exact same yardage. He's 11 of 17 for 101 yards. We got to get J.K. Dobbins more carries. Dobbins only has 4 touches for 22 yards. Pat Bryant has been good, but he did get called on that one pass interference. Defensively, Nick Benito has been fantastic. Defensively, Zach Allen has been fantastic. Defensively, Talanoa Hufanga has been fantastic. So there's been some good stuff going on the defensive side of the ball. Offense has been a joke. Jeremy Crawshaw has shanked, was it 3 or 4 punts? I honestly forget at this point. It might have been 4. He might have shanked 4 straight punts in the first half. Never seen a punter get the yips quite like Crawshaw did. So Broncos got to find that second gear again when they get out of halftime like they have in every game. I appreciate all you guys that are tuned in right now, by the way. If you're new to Mount Polumbus Speaks, I'm Tyler Polumbus, Super Bowl 50 champion. Played 8 years in the NFL, and I try to live stream as many games as I possibly can. I put out coaches film, all 22 coaches film breakdowns every single week of the Broncos offense, and I do game previews, game reviews. If you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, that's where all my content lives. I know the far majority of you guys are watching on X right now, but I am trying to grow my YouTube channel, so you can take 2 seconds out of your day and go subscribe to YouTube to encourage me to keep this content up. I would be very grateful for that. And also, that would be how you make sure you don't miss out on any of my content, because all my content does live on YouTube. I don't always live stream on X. I am going to take a break here for halftime. I'll be back after halftime, and we'll go from there. Okay, folks, I'm back. Broncos are back on the field, ready to kick it off. First half recap. I'm stealing this from my man Vic Lombardi, who posted this on Twitter. In the first half, the Broncos offense had 4 3-and-outs. They had 1 pick. They had 1 touchdown drive, and it's a 7-7 football game. Sums it up pretty well. If that ain't Denver Broncos football, I don't know what is this year. Broncos do get the ball. Hopefully Bo Nix has learned from the interception. I see some people saying that was the equivalent of a punt. I don't know about that one. I think that's being a little bit kind to him. I don't think that was the intent on that one. I understand the phrase. I know where it comes from. He didn't want to cough that one up. Believe me. Another freaking flag on Denver. We got to be the most undisciplined football team in the history of mankind. I mean, forget the NFL. Let's go to mankind. Has there ever been a more undisciplined team ever? Name one. The Raiders, maybe, back in the day. You guys realize J.K. Dobbins only has 4 touches right now? That ain't right. You're right, Sean. We do need a little bit of balance. How about you hand the ball off to J.K. Dobbins once or twice? Came out the gates with 3 straight carries. He only got 1 more after that. Nah, Gypsy, we don't get to blame the refs when you got as many flags as the Broncos get. Sorry. Oh. You have got to be kidding me. Somebody shoot me in the head. No, don't shoot me in the head. I don't want to die. Unreal. I am at a lack of words about what to say about these penalties. Sure, now we hand the ball off when we're backed up. Why am I so frustrated? Are you guys as frustrated as I am right now? Yeah, facepalm city. I literally just hit myself on the head. Oh no. Why did that play get so off schedule? That's shocking that the Broncos are only the 4th most penalized team in the NFL. I certainly would have thought they were the most. Can we do something on 3rd and 12? Bo's floating off his back foot. He's hopping. The footwork is just so bad. So bad. Go back and watch the footwork on that. Bo is literally hopping backwards as he's trying to throw a football. Yeah, no crap. You're not going to hit your receiver. And now we got to let Crawshaw punt the ball out of our own end zone. This ought to go great. All right, good for him. Cross shot gets good punt out. Well, more laundry on the field. Certainly that's going to go against the Broncos. Shocking. Goes against the Raiders. I'm getting exhausted watching this. This is mentally taxing. Daniel, welcome to the show. Jet Life, welcome to the show. No, welcome to the show. I don't know if you guys been with me, but at first I noticed your comments. Appreciate you guys joining in on the live stream. Dean, welcome to the show. Ashton Genty is slowly getting better and better in the NFL. He has not been what everybody expected him to be. Obviously, one of the best running backs in college football history. He's off to a slow start in the NFL, but he is quietly getting better. Raiders with 2 straight carries. All right. Third and short, though. Delay game. Did they call timeout? Whatever, I'll take that. Wasted a timeout early in the third. Yeah, they're talking about Ashton Genty's stance in the backfield. He looks stupid. I was calling a high school game the other day, and a high schooler was doing it. That's a good question, Wes. I'm going to tweet that out. I'm going to ask that. I'm curious. I'm curious if other people feel the same way as you. I don't recall it feeling this bad. Yeah, it really does feel like 2-2 and 7 teams playing against each other. Broncos got to be the weirdest 7-2 football team in the history of mankind. There's so many flaws out there, yet the defense is so great. There are definitely parallels to my team in 2015. I can't ignore that. I know that we're probably equally as frustrating. I don't recall our offense feeling this frustrating. I'm borderline losing energy to even broadcast this stupid game. If we don't get some action going here, I might just hop on over to the couch and watch the rest of it. I'm going to hang with you a little longer, though. Come on, Bo. Do something, man. Get it together. Good run. Good run, JK. Nice start. I mean, I'm not telling you I'm out on Bo Nix. That's not what I'm telling you at all. I hear you. He's still young. I think his progress has been healthy for a young football player. There's been a lot of good stuff, but unfortunately, it does feel like a regression over the last few weeks. No, Sean Payton's job is definitely not in jeopardy. Are you kidding me? They're 7-2. Dude, this teams dream of having records like this. He's as secure as a coach in the NFL as you're going to find. Calvin Throckmorton, check it in. Great football name, by the way. Throckmorton. All right. Well, keeps the timeout in the bag. That's good. Oh, I don't know, man. He looks short to me. I think we're going to have to go for it on fourth down. Oh, they're giving it to him. I think that might have been a little bit generous. Did our fullback just make the best catch of the game? Good hands from 46. Adam Prentice. Nice run, Dobbins. Nice run. He stretched that field, finally found a cutback lane, put his foot in the ground, and he got north and south. I like that. Man, even that one, I mean, I know it's just a gain of 2, but that's a hard-earned 2 yards right there. I like the way JK runs, man. Yeah, I heard them saying that about Quinn Miners. It's unusual. You don't see football players check out mid-game with an illness very often. We pretty much play through everything, so if Quinn is out of this game, that dude must be deathly ill. All right. See, hand the ball off a few times, all of a sudden you got a few nice things rolling, don't we? Nice job by Adam Troutman out there in space. I played a football game with Mono once. Probably not the smartest thing I've ever done. All right, nice catch. A few yards after the catch from RJ Harvey. Offense is clicking here a little bit. Keep it rolling, boys. Cool. Cool, Carl. How many penalties did that? Anybody counting? Seriously, how many penalties is that? I really don't know. Nice run. Nice run, RJ. Running game's clicking. Yeah, Daniel, sorry, buddy. Dion ain't getting fired. No matter how bad you might want it, University of Colorado doesn't have $32 million to buy him out. Nor am I even insinuating that they should. What the what the hell was that? Was that supposed to be a trick play? I mean, if it was, Bo Nix is incredibly lucky that Cortland Sutton caught that lateral pass, not even a lateral. That ball was going backwards. That was a great snag by Cortland Sutton. Would have been a live football. Show me a replay of that. Oh, we're going for a long field goal. $59-yarder. Let's go, Lutz. Drilled it. Drilled it. Oh, no, it's short. I'm an idiot. Did that look good to anybody else for a little bit? I'm a moron. All right, now the Raiders get the short field. I wonder if they thought we had the wind behind our back on that or something. I have no idea which direction the wind is going. You know what? I think I'm going to call that a night, folks. I'm wearing out mentally. I'm getting tired, but I appreciate you guys hanging out with me here on a Mount Polumbus Speaks live watch party. I will have the all 22 coaches film put out within 48 hours, so make sure you've subscribed to my YouTube channel because that's where I'll put it out. If you've not subscribed to Mount Polumbus Speaks, hit that link in my bio on X, go on over to YouTube and hit subscribe. It'll take you a total of 3 seconds. That's where all my content lives. Super grateful to all you guys that are hanging out with me tonight and gals. You guys made this a lot of fun. I love the interaction that we have. Let's go Broncos. It's been an ugly game. Let's hope that they can find a way to pull this sucker out because, man, what a shame it would be to drop a stupid game to the Raiders on Thursday Night Football. I'll be back with you guys with a few updates. Like I said, within 48 hours. Until then, appreciate